Morning, everyone. Hey, it's Len from Mercury Man Garage and Outdoors. Hey, who out there has been following along on YouTube and watching videos in regards to the car market right now? I have, and I'm confused. One week it's doom and gloom, bailouts, crashes, and nothing's looking good. And, fire sales. The next week, its profits are up across the board for all automakers. I don't get it, but I'm just blue collar. And that's why I'm bringing you guys these videos. I guess you'd say it's maybe a small series of videos on purchasing vehicles. And in this one, we're going to talk about purchasing new vehicles, brand new, off the lot vehicles. So I have some tips and tricks, I guess you'd call them, that I don't know that have ever been done before in regards to buying a new vehicle. So stay tuned. One more thing that I'd like to touch on here, guys, is in regards to all the many videos that are out right now, and there's a ton of them, is very few, if any, offer a solution. It's easy to point out a problem. It's a little more difficult to point that problem out with a solution. And, everybody knows the problem. I'm trying to come up with solutions. And they may or may not work. They're blue-collar style solutions for the average Joe, but at least it's something that we can try. Because I believe we as buyers are in the driver's seat right now, and something's got to be done. I would suggest that you guys watch the videos, some of them anyway, that are out right now in regards to buying new. Because they do throw a lot of numbers at you that are kind of interesting, and, they're much smarter than I am in regards to dealerships and markets and things like that. And, there's a lot to buying a new car behind the scenes that we don't know, and I really don't care to know. But if you're into that, I would suggest watching some videos, because there's all kinds of them out there that talk numbers. But for my videos, I'm going to keep it simple. We just want to buy a truck, a new vehicle, and that's what I'm aiming towards is just, a blue-collar average Joe trying to buy a new truck. All right, so you've determined that you want a brand new truck. And I'm just gonna stick to trucks in this video, but this could include SUVs and cars and anything really, but I'm just gonna be mentioning trucks. But the first thing you need to do is figure out what you can spend. And that's the biggest thing right there, is come up with a number, a monthly figure that you can spend on a new vehicle. Unless you're paying cash, great, that's awesome. Most of us aren't. So we gotta come up with a payment plan. So therefore you gotta go through all your bills and numbers and, crunch your numbers, figure out what you can spend. And I mean, figure out what you can spend. I'm talking the price of the vehicle, insurance, registration, all that goes into buying a new vehicle. You need to figure that out and come up with a number and stick to that number. All right, so you got that number in your head of what you can spend. And before I go any further, guys, none of this is going to be rocket science. You guys know the wheelings and dealings of dealerships and buying cars, but I still believe we have an advantage as buyers. I think we are in the driver's seat because of the way things are right now. So I think some of these tactics might be helpful. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this video, that while it may be, common knowledge to a lot of us, I truly believe that we are in the driver's seat. So just be aware of that. All right, guys, so you find a truck at the price you can afford, and hopefully it's also at a dealership that you can trust. Because that's a big thing too, is finding that, maybe it's a dealership that you've done business with before, certain salesmen you've had before and can trust. That's something to think about too in this process, is to find that, because that could be huge. All right, so you're sitting down with a salesman, and this is always kind of a stressful situation, understandably so. The numbers start flying around, and, we always kind of feel like they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes and, cheat us. But it's just human nature. Don't get too stressed about it. Just stick to your numbers, stick to your guns, and go forward. But this is where you want to, negotiate your price. You got your number in your head, what you can spend, and this is where you start wheeling and dealing with the dealer. And, you know, he's going to throw out probably a cash back offer, say, which I don't know about you, but I never really understood. You got your list price on the window, the sticker, but then there's another sticker on the rearview mirror that says cash back offer or cash back, like $2,000, $3,000 or whatever the number is. So why don't you just put that on the list price on the window right off the bat? You know, I get that, you know, maybe it sounds good. You know, you got your $50,000, $80,000 sticker price, but we're going to give you $5,000 back. Yeah, that sounds good, I guess. And maybe that's the tactic that they're using is, if you buy this, we're giving you $5,000. I'm sure that's what it is, but for me, just take $5,000 off the list price and call it a day. Okay, so you've haggled a little while with the dealer. You got a price that's close to what you want. And, you know, then the interest rate starts coming into play because, you know, we all know that that's very high right now as well. And I don't know if this is still the case anymore, but it used to be that automakers had their own financial department or lending institution, I guess you'd say. You know, there was Ford Motor Credit Company. I'm sure GM and Chrysler had one as well, but they had their own. And I don't know if they're associated with one another or if it's through a bank, but it's just called Ford Motor Credit. I don't know. But it seems to me if they're, you know, owned by one another, that they could offer a lower interest rate. I don't know. Again, this is blue collar, you know, simple terms, but throw it out there. See if you can get a lower interest rate through the automaker's financial department. Just a thought. All right, so you've been haggling for a while with the dealer and you got your, I guess what you'd say, your purchase price. And that includes, you know, the interest rate, license fees, taxes, prep, registration, all that goes into buying a new vehicle. You have your number and your monthly payment. But it's still a little higher than what you expect. All right, guys. Well, in this next segment, I'm going to call this the trigger. I know it's stupid, but that's what I'm calling it. And these will be things that you can do, you know, after you've come up with a price that you're somewhat satisfied with, but it's still not, you're not signing on the dotted line quite yet. All right, guys. Well, this just might be the portion of the video where I go off the deep end a little bit. Some of it might sound kind of silly, but this is what I was talking about earlier, that as to, I don't know that things like this have ever been tried before, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So what do we got to lose? First one would be, you know, maintenance items. Say a gift card for oil changes, air filter change, you know, any filter, cleaning products, Armor All, anything to do with care of a vehicle that's not covered by the extended warranty. What if the dealership paid for that? Like say in a gift card, a couple $1,000 gift card, you know, work with Napa, AutoZone, any of these car repair places, car stores, things like that. Maybe they could get a gift card through them. What do you think? Is that a viable option? And these would be just for the DIYers that do their own oil changes and, you know, work on their vehicle themselves. The gift card idea would be for them. That's who I'm thinking of here. It wouldn't be for the people that take their cars to the shop to get oil changes done, you know, things like that. You know, that would be a whole nother issue with the dealership paying for that for the buyer. But that's an option too. Maybe they could work with a mechanic, maybe their own mechanic shop, you know, give them a deal or, you know, free service for 3 years on their vehicle. But I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good something to bring up with the dealer after the fact. And, you know, like I said, what do we got to lose? Another one would be, you know, tires. What if the dealer paid for the first set of tires on that vehicle? You know, they work with Costco or work with Firestone or Goodyear. Pay for the first set of tires when needed for that vehicle. Battery would be another one. Pay for the first 2 batteries because batteries aren't that expensive. Things like that. That's what I'm thinking about, you know, in this segment of something the dealer could do for a little more, I guess, lure us in a little better and, you know, give us something after we own that vehicle. You know, another thing I was thinking of is, you know, ceramic coating. You know, you buy a new vehicle, you know, you want to protect it. You want to protect that paint. You want to do whatever possible to make it stand out and look good for a long time. Ceramic coating is a good option. A lot of people are going that route, and, you know, that's something the dealer could throw into the deal too, is, you know, a free ceramic coating. And I kind of feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole with all these aftermarket things, I guess you'd say, that a dealer could do for you. There's so many things that a dealer could do after the fact that would make it more appealing to buy a new vehicle. You know, there's brush guards, there's new wheels, there's lift kits, there's so many things aftermarket-wise that the dealer could throw into the deal to entice us to purchase these vehicles. And I think the sky's the limit with these aftermarket things. And, you know, instead of incentives, which are nice, you know, or cash back, throw in some aftermarket items for free. You know, you get some running boards, you get tinted windows, new wheels, new tires, lift kits, brush guards, winches, things like that. There's all kinds of things that the dealer could do to sweeten the pot. Just got to ask. All right, well, there you go, guys. Blue collar version of buying a new truck. A lot of things to think about. But I think, you know, there's things we can ask for too. You know, in addition to a lower price or incentives or lower interest rates, those things are all nice and we need to pursue that. I think there's other things we can ask for too, and that is the trigger stuff. You know, there's so many things that a dealer could offer, you know, after the fact that would entice us to purchase these vehicles. And I think we need to explore that a little more, because I don't care what people say, the car lots are full, especially with the 2024 models, and who knows, maybe they even got some 2023 models, I don't know. But I'm sure the dealerships want to get rid of these, and that might be one option for us to help them do that. All right, everyone, well, that's that. Hopefully you maybe got some ideas on what to do when you're going to purchase a new vehicle. Some new tactics that you can use, because I think the sky's the limit with the stuff we can ask for now. We are in the driver's seat, everyone, so let's start using that as to our advantage and start asking for stuff. All right, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this. Please subscribe, give me a like, and leave a comment if you would. All right, have a good one.